The air passenger volume of a country can be seen as an unofficial marker of the health of its economy and a reflection of its citizens' purchasing power. More travelers can indicate a stronger economy. Thanks to India's strong economic foundation and policies, her aviation story, which began slowly, has now taken off and is flying at the highest altitude. With new airports being inaugurated at a fast clip and airlines placing orders in hundreds, India is set to be a global aviation hub. The Indian aviation industry, together with reliable industry players, is set to grow in both size and repute. Join us as we explore the current state of the aviation industry in the country and how the infusion of more capital will launch the industry's years ahead.
In a historic deal, Tata Sons-led Air India placed a massive order of 470 Boeing and Airbus aircrafts last month to meet the sudden surge in the aviation demand in the country. The deal, worth around $100 billion USD, comprises the purchase of a wide range of aircrafts that will cater to the needs of passengers across the economic ladder and of travelers around the world. These deals with Boeing and Airspace were two of the biggest civil aviation deals the world has witnessed to date.
It is an opportunity not only for the American economy and for workers here in this country, but it's an opportunity for the Indian people as well. It's an opportunity to deepen what is already a profoundly intertwined relationship based on shared interests, based on shared values, based on our deep economic ties. And with the announcement between Boeing and Air India yesterday, those ties are all the deeper.
India is one of the most promising aviation markets in the world. After a brief pandemic-induced lull in her aviation activity in 2020 and 2021, India resurged strongly in 2022, with a 47% rise of air passenger traffic, totaling approximately 123 million people. Market and consumer data specialist Statista recorded that 22 million international passengers touched down at Indian airports in the financial year 2022. India has around 400 airports and airstrips, and of which 153 were operational by the end of 2022. The Indian aviation sector is projected to tread parallel to Indian economic growth in general, which is well placed to grow fastest amongst the major global economies in the next one decade.
आज भारत दुनिया का तीसरा सबसे बड़ा एविएशन मार्केट बन चुका है। उड़ान योजना ने जिस तरह देश के मध्यम वर्ग के सपनों को पूरा किया है, वो तो वाकई किसी यूनिवर्सिटी के लिए, एकेडमिक वर्ल्ड के लिए अध्ययन का विषय है।
The government's proactive measures, such as capping airfares, coupled with a rapid expansion in budget airlines fleets and a consistently growing middle-income group in India, have greatly contributed to the success of the Indian aviation sector. India is also home to one of the most affordable air markets in the world. These are some of the reasons that many experts around the world believe that Indian carriers can not only become a challenger to Middle Eastern carrier hegemony, but can also surpass them to become the most preferred air carriers globally. Indigo, the biggest domestic air carrier, which flies nearly 1,800 flights a day, is also set to expand its fleet size. As many as 500 aircrafts are on order and will join the Indigo fleet soon.
We are currently flying little over 300 aircraft, and we have a whopping 500 more on order. Currently, we are flying 1,800 flights a day, and 10% of these flights are to international routes. Our current international flights are concentrated around the Indian subcontinent and some other countries around. The farthest we are flying to the west is to Turkey, Istanbul.
India is also on track to have some of the largest airports in the world in the immediate future. With the initial potential of catering up to 12 million people annually, and the expansion potential of 60 million to 120 million passengers over a period of the next 30 years, Noida International Airport, in Delhi's satellite city, is expected to be operational by 2024.
The number of airports are increasing, airlines are also going to increase, so our aviation industry, which is growing at such a good speed, is a beacon of hope to the entire world.
A remarkable aviation journey, which is poised to grow further, is an indication of India's general economic health. The entirety of brand India is booming, as are her individual sectors. Observers say India's aviation sector is one which will greatly promote her reputation around the world in years to come.